Damn. Okay. Okay. How's it going? It's Rob. So, the day has finally come. Thorpe Park have finally released a video revealing what the Hyperia trains look like, and they look very good. I really like how they look. I haven't checked too much, I've just had a little look before I actually want to react to the video itself. We know that the clear wrapping that they put on the trains originally wasn't meant to be hiding anything. Jack Silkstone on his video sort of confirmed that they did that obviously to create some speculation and hype, which did very much work. So with that being said, I'm going to be reacting to this video. I haven't looked at it properly yet. I saw a few clips of it on Twitter, on YouTube, but I haven't looked into it or reacted to it. But firstly, before we get stuck into the video, please make sure to like this video if you do enjoy it, and if you want to see more content like this from me in the future, make sure to subscribe. Right, so without further ado, let's react to the video. Right, so it's very atmospheric, a lot of smoke, some close-ups of the shots of the ride itself. That looks like the front. Some nice close-up shots of the ride itself. The wheels, that's the front. The seats. Oh. That's really nice. Damn. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's really nice. I like, oh, the white looks good. Is that bronze on the front? Okay, in Thorpe Park. I like that. Damn. Short and sweet. Hyperia, open 24th of May. Damn. That looks sick. That was really sick. I really like the production there. And the trains themselves actually look really good. The production level of that filming and sort of the atmosphere of the smoke and how the lights come up was so good. I know Jack Silkstone, Kieran Adams and his team were behind that. They sort of done a behind the scenes video of how they shot it. So definitely go check that out. They've done a really good job. So well done, lads. You smashed it. It's probably one of the best train reveal videos I've seen. I mean, we never really had one for Nemesis. We sort of just got shown a picture. So the fact they've gone and done a full production for this is great. Right, so my first initial reactions from seeing the trains for the first time. They look amazing. They look really, really good. Now, I don't know if this is just because of the sort of hype around it and this video, the production's really good, but I'm a big fan of how it's turned out and how they look. They look slightly different than what I thought they were going to look like, but in a good way. So color-wise, we sort of knew they were going to go with gold, black and white. And now bronze as well, sort of. You could gauge from the sort of track colour and branding of the ride itself that this was going to be the case with the colours, even before we saw the leaks of the trains the other day. But it's nice to see now sort of how they've worked the colours into the train, or sort of what parts of what colour itself. The white restraints look really classy, and I was happy to see the other day when those pictures leaked that they were white. I just feel like it helps break up the main sort of dark or gold colours that are in the train themselves, and I think it sort of helps to bring that classy, elegant side to it, just rather than having it gold and black. The seats themselves are black, which, you know, is to be expected. We knew that was going to be the case, and I think in terms of upkeep, it's probably the best colours to go with because it will last a bit longer than a different colour. And the gold finish that they've used on the actual train itself look really good. The lighting, you can see it's been set up, that it reflects really nicely off of it, and the colour tone they've chosen just looks really good. I feel like I'm going to say really good and really nice quite a lot in this video, so apologies in advance. But the finish of the gold, when the actual ride train is outside and the sun's shining on it, it's going to look really good. It's going to be different sort of shades of gold, I think, depending on where the sun sort of beams onto it, so I'm looking forward to just seeing that. And I think the overall finish and shaping they've done with the metal itself look really sleek and clean. I thought it was going to be quite similar to Pleasure Beach's Icon, which sort of has more of like a roundness to it, which is smooth and it's nice, but they've sort of gone with a beefier sort of slick and sharp finish to the ride. It just goes to show that this ride, as much as it is going to be like a thrill and intensive ride, it has that sort of class and elegance to it. But on the sort of front part of the bumper, if you will, it's sort of got those black mesh overlays or vinyls at the front, which just again look really good. And then on the actual hood itself, next to the black strips, they've sort of added some vinyl over the top of that, which has bolts and like sheets of metal overlaid to sort of give it some depth and that effect that, you know, it looks like it's been bolted on, these sheets of metal, similar to what they've done around the ride. If you look at the station, obviously where they've bolted the wings on, it's sort of got that 3D depth effect, which is obviously just vinyl on the front of here, but it has a really good effect. But it does look really nice and sort of gives it a bit more than just, you know, having flat gold paint. I think the reason for doing that as vinyl and not, you know, physical sheets of metal bolted, I think that'd just be a logistical nightmare, obviously trying to get sheets and bolting it, and with wear and tear as the ride, you know, it's really fast, it just probably would damage over time. So I think vinyl was probably the best play there. The actual shape of the train sort of matches the shape of the logo, which I think is sort of a subtle nod to that, and I think it looks really nice. Right, and I'm not sure if it's just the lighting in there, but it looks like the actual Thorpe Park and the Hyperia logo on the front part of the sort of protective grille, it looks kind of bronze. And as mentioned, I'm not sure if that's just because of the lighting or whether the gold shows up darker and it looks bronze, but there's a few angles in that video where the sort of Thorpe Park and the wings sort of look bronze, like that is the colour of them. If that is the case, I'm not really sure why they've gone with bronze. As far as I'm aware, there's no other bronze within the ride's branding. And it doesn't look bad, don't get me wrong, but I feel like maybe, you know, sort of silver or white would have complemented the actual restraints themselves and sort of tied it in. But it doesn't look bad, so, you know, if it is bronze, so be it. And with that one small minor sort of nitpick from myself, I'm a designer, so I sort of look into these little aspects too much anyway. They do look really good. So sort of how does it compare to my original predictions and the mock-up that I made the other day? I mean, overall colour-wise, I think I was pretty much there. Obviously the actual finish to the metal itself and then the logo in different places is obviously different. I hadn't actually seen the front of the train, so it was just my prediction. But ultimately, I think the sort of end product that they've done and they've revealed to us is really nice. So now they've done this big grand reveal. What's next? As I've mentioned, now that we know the trains are all on site, we know there's at least one full train, testing now should pretty much be good to go. And I think it's safe to say that in the next sort of day or so, we're very likely probably to see Hyperia soar into Thorpe Park skyline and actually come alive. At the beginning of this week, my initial prediction was that they were going to test it at the weekend, so I think that's probably definitely doable. Not forgetting they've got to get all the other ride trains on. They're going to have to do some inspections underneath and making sure all the technology side of things is good to go on the ride trains themselves and on the actual track. And how long that sort of thing would take, I'm not really too sure. We'll only really know when the ride actually goes to start testing. With that being said, I'm so excited to see this ride finally come into life. I can't wait to see it climb all the way up that 236-foot lift hill, all the way to the first drop and then just plummet. It's absolute insane features and crazy banking elements. And the airtime you're going to experience on this, you will feel like you're going to get flung out of your seat with it just being lap bar restraints. I can't even begin to describe how that's going to feel. And not just being on the ride itself, from a spectator's perspective, it's just going to look like mesmerizing to watch off ride as well. As I mentioned, Jack Silkstone made a video sort of documenting the behind the scenes process of obviously getting them ride trains from where they were stored over to the maintenance shed, how the initial trailer was sort of shot and all the behind the scenes stuff. He takes us into the actual maintenance shed itself and you can see the ride trains right up close and personal. You get a view underneath where you can start to see sort of the technical and hardware side of things, all the stuff that you wouldn't normally see. So I'd highly recommend you go check his video out if you're sort of interested in that side of things. And with the official opening day being just over a month away on the 24th of May, we are literally counting down the days now. And I'm really gutted that I'm not going to be able to be there on opening day. I'm on holiday and I sort of booked that before I even knew when there'd be any inkling of an opening date. But don't for a second think that's not going to mean I'm going to, you know, follow the opening day itself. I'll be on a sunbed in Greece somewhere watching opening day vlogs with a nice cold one, enjoying the atmosphere behind a screen. And as soon as I touch back down in the UK, it's the first thing I'm planning to do, get on Hyperia. But as soon as I've ridden it and sort of experienced the ride for what it is, I'll definitely be filming a sort of my honest opinion and thoughts of Hyperia and everything that comes with it. So make sure to keep an eye out on my channel for that. Right, so with that all being said, that leads me to ask you guys, what do you think of Hyperia's trains? Now that we've got an official reveal, what do you think? Let me know in the comments. Are you happy with how it turned out? Do you think it could have been more? What do you think? As usual, please make sure to like this video if you did enjoy it. And if you want to see more content like this from me in the future, make sure to subscribe. We're nearly at 1,000, which is insane. Thank you so much to everyone who subscribed already. And as always, thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.